I can't bend that way. It's not possible. I need another elbow. Comment below if you'd like to see me do a Sunday live where I clean up the shop. Okay. That's exactly what I thought it was. The wheel was coming off. Ha ha. Welcome to Smoke Shop. Hey! Haha! We're back! I'm just going to get under there, do the other side, the passenger side. Axle shaft boot. We'll probably show you the before, but I'm not going to show you the process. I showed you the process the other day, last week. If all goes well, we're going to take the car to a car show. Anyway, I just wanted to show you, because I said I would, give me that, the passenger side. Also, I remembered my badass flashlight that I bought last week or 2 weeks ago. It really lights things up a lot better. And we got some numbers right there that'll probably help identify what transaxle this is. Comment below if you can identify it already. There's that magic number. Anyway, that's where we're at right now. Let's get these pins out and get this boot off. So, of course, I wasn't filming because we've already done this. But what I figured out was that we were wondering how these clips worked, or I was. By turning them, or by turning it counterclockwise, it actually loosens it up. I don't know if you're seeing what's happening back there. But you can only turn it so far, and then it's just going to tighten it up again. But once you turn it counterclockwise, about a turn maybe, it pretty much comes right out. Sweet. Alright, I need my other hand to get the top part, but cool, huh? Just like last time. Alright, there's the after. Now I just gotta clean that up and get the new boot on, because that's what it's all about. Alright. Now, one of the keys to this is not to over tighten these. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just snugging them up to where they're not free turning. You need to make sure that the two halves are fully seated because there's a ridge in there. So the main thing is that you want that ridge to be sealed. That is your sealing point. You know, I'm filming this before the other video has come out, so I don't know if anyone's going to comment on it, but I did not put any RTV or anything in here because with that ridge in there, theoretically between that and the fact that these are rubber, there shouldn't be no need for any RTV. And I read a couple posts where RTV had created an issue, and I read several posts where people had never used RTV. You know, there's, again, just like anything else, now that the internet is what the internet is, you can get everybody's opinion. I took the research that I did and I went with no RTV, because RTV can end up being a pain in the ass when you go to take things back apart. Once we get it all back together, then we're going to drain the transaxle and fill it with fresh fluid. Slip it back in there. I kind of put the clamp right there. I don't know, there wasn't really anything to see as far as where other people were putting it. Anyway, I don't want to tighten this up yet because I want to take this entire boot and shift it back counterclockwise a little ways, but I'm having it up here so that I can get these nuts in place. Anyway, once again, you're out of here. See ya! There you go. Once again, both sides are now done. The back clamp, I actually ended up with the adjuster on this side pointed upward because of the starter. Because there's no other way to get to it. The back two nuts on this one were kind of hard also. But everything is snug and facing the right direction. Again, you don't want to over tighten those, you just want to snug them up. I got about 1/8 of an inch. Oh, you can see that sticking through on them. Next step is to drain and fill the transaxle. I need to get a proper drain pan for that, which I do have. I just got to get it all set up. And then make sure I've got the right Allen. It's an Allen wrench, Allen key. I don't remember what size, but it's a pretty big one. If I don't have it, I gotta go get it. No. Yes. $17. 17. Yay. That's super convenient. Otherwise, I would have had to go to the store. Always buy the tool. Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully that's going to come loose. It's not. That's nice. That's nice, dear. Okay, well, I'll grab a breaker bar. But I think I'm also going to spray that with some penetrating lubricant. Hurt. Oh, God, it hurts. Oh, dear. Oh, man, okay. Oops, I missed. There we go. So, the reason that you check your fill bolt first, fill plug first, is because if you can't get the fill bolt out and you pull the drain plug, then your transaxle has no fluid in it. And you have no way to fill it. I'd really like it to come loose, but it's not. It's not moving in either direction. Okay, we've got this thing as straight as I can get it. I do have a wobble extension on here, but I'm going to hold it up. Give it a couple good whacks. Come on, get in there. So let's see if we can get there. Oh, right in your face. Okay. I'll bet my hand was right in front of the camera when that happened. Pretty much guarantee it. Yay, we're turning. Okay. Now, instead of just going through with that, now that I've broken it loose, I'm going to go ahead and spray it with some PB Blaster. Whoops. Or spray it in that general direction anyway. That is good. I'm glad that came loose. Because otherwise, that could have been catastrophic. Well, I probably need to clear that, clean that, make sure that that is clean and clear. We're good. Let's just, oh yeah, there's some crusties. I'm sure you can see them falling. Important step, kids. Because if you don't clean that stuff off, then your Allen key is not going to fit all the way. Ready, kids? Here we go. Oh, all right, that's good. Now we're going to switch to a ratchet. A ratcheting wrench. Look at that. Comment below how much fluid you think is going to come out of here. I think it's little to none, mostly water. Here we go, kids. 3, 2, 1. Ugh. Oh. Wow, that's actually decent looking fluid. That's amazing. Oh, my least favorite smell in the world. Smell-o-vision, activate. Anyone who's ever done this can smell what's happening right now. Alright, that's done. So, alright kids, we're gonna let that drain and we'll get back to you later. Bye-bye. Something else I would like to do, while we're at least sort of set up for it, is try and clean off this engine some, because it's filthy. I'd also like to see where the oil leaks are coming from, if there are any oil leaks. I don't know if it was just spraying back from the transaxle and getting all over here, or if there's actually oil leaks as well. So that's another thing we're going to figure out this weekend, probably. But let's let that dry off. Oh boy, we're gonna be having some fun now, kids. Oh yes, so satisfying. We're still probably 1/4 of an inch below the level that we want to be at. Get that plug in there as quickly as possible. And I purposely sort of overfilled it a little bit because of the angle that we're at. Actually, where's our wobble? All right, that is now reboot and filled transaxle with the correct GL4 SAE 80W90 gear oil. I don't know what that cost a quart, but it was probably a lot more expensive than it should have been. But at this point, I don't really care. I have peace of mind knowing that I have the correct fluid in my transaxle. Forgot to put the choke on. Still got that accelerator cable a little tight or something. Yeah, it's a little tight. Well, that was successful. We are on our way Friday afternoon to the Rumble at the Ranch. I'm not really necessarily planning on staying too long, but traffic should be mellow enough where I shouldn't have any issues getting there. I just did a half-hour or so drive and ate lunch. Mr. Hancock seems to be doing just fine. Knock on wood. So we're gonna go get our bracelet so that we don't have to deal with that tomorrow when the bulk of the car show is going to be. You know, there's going to have some live music and stuff tonight, but I don't think I'm going to stay there for that. Who knows? Anyway, let's get going. Hey, it's ridiculous. Here we go. Oh, hey. Engine should still be plenty warm. My fault. Nice. Here we go. Let's open up the other air conditioner. you off for a minute. Sorry guys, just a noise that was concerning me. Alright, we're 6 minutes away. 4.5 miles. Okay, well. Wish me luck. Here we go. Let's see if it starts back up without any issues.
Check out last week's video to see the show. After tightening the lug nuts, thankfully we had an uneventful ride home. As always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.